Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for about a week now, I've been trying to determine what would be the best sort of first topic to dive right into, and I feel like this is just as good as topic as any other one. So let's hop right into it. Today, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about how to get out of a job that you completely are do not like, sort of over with, just need to get out of that been in a rut, that rat race job. And for me, what has done it, really having that financial freedom, it's really been able to take me to the next level, has been working remotely. Working remotely has allowed me to um, work from home at a comfortable pace, set my own schedule every single day, wake up with the freedom and the opportunity to try new things, to explore, to automate some of my processes, and I don't have the same distractions that the typical everyday person might have as working in the office. For me, it's really opened my eyes to a whole new world of opportunity. So here's a few things that helped me to getting out of that inner rut state. I constantly, I can't emphasize this enough, is just constantly learning and constantly leveling yourself up. Um, the fact of the matter is that there's no secret that corporations want to get the most value, the most bang for their buck. And if they can pay you at a lower rate, they will. Negotiation processes for compensation can go a little bit back and forth, but it's always been a great area of like how much is too much to ask when you're offering. You don't want to sell yourself short, but at the same time, if you're eager to get a position, I can understand how you might not pitch that top offer you feel that your expertise is worth. Um, just want to say that once you get your foot in the door and once you can really prove to the company what you have, as far as your skill set, definitely leverage some of your skill set to continuously improve yourself and navigate through that corporate hierarchy. Some of the things that I've done is, after about a year's worth of experience, look for, if not a lateral movement, and a vertical movement. For me, it wasn't necessarily the vertical movement right away. So I did take a lateral movement in a couple of my jobs, and that has helped me to navigate in a vertical movement down the line. Definitely don't want to sell yourself short. Maybe your skill set can be used in other ways that might benefit the company. Um, Also, another thing that you can do is, keep yourself up to date with the current pay rate of your given position based on your skill set. Kind of take a glimpse into Indeed.com, Payscale.com, all of the various resources online where you can quantify what is somebody with your particular skill set, your education level, your year's worth of experience, create sort of a profile, the ideal of you, and sort of forecast that to see how much you're worth on the market. I know that it can be sort of a sliding scale in any direction, by about 10 to 15,000, but that will generally give you a good range of compensation and what you're worth. Um, so, definitely you want to further your skill set. You definitely want to build a rapport with your supervisor. Building that foundational rapport with your supervisor will, the trick is to make your supervisor look good. If you can definitely make your supervisor look good, then it'll be much easier for you to navigate and them, to speak praises to you and to their higher ups and so on and so forth. The more people you can sort of look good, the better chances you will have in navigating your way up through the corporate ladder. It's definitely the secret name of the game. But let's face it, not everyone necessarily has a connection with their supervisor. It definitely helps if you come from the same background or you can build that connection. But let's face it, it's not a realistic thing that you might have a supervisor that you necessarily agree with. In those cases, always keep your eyes peeled on HR. They might have internal job releases or job posts, and always look for those opportunities where you can take on a special side project, or you see a posting, you feel like you might fit that criteria, and you might not connect with your supervisor. Maybe reach out to somebody else in a different department, or directly submit your work through HR. That's one thing that's helped me in the past as well. So now that I've talked about some of the major benefits of working remotely, I would be remiss if I left out the challenges of working remotely. Some of the challenges of working remotely, it definitely takes a lot of discipline to, get up every single day, define your schedule, and actually get started. Some people, find themselves, rolling right out of bed and working, whatever works for you. But me personally, I think what works best for me is actually getting up every single day, despite having to go anywhere, still showering, getting my priorities and everything set. And then actually, sometimes going to a coffee shop or going to my office in my house. That definitely helps me to avoid, just being a bum, laying around all day, and you're still getting stuff done, but you're definitely not your best self. Like the whole goal and the primary reason we are choosing to work remotely is so that we can, wake up every single day and be our best selves, right? So it sort of defeats the purpose if you're laying at home unless that is your best self, but you're sort of laying home and, you're in bed in your pajamas all day. That's not really, putting your best version of yourself. And unless you're super comfortable with that, by all means, that's your thing, do you. But for me, what works best is waking up every single day, and just really being myself, and getting a shower, getting out the house, going for a walk, eating breakfast, meditating, doing a little bit of exercise in the morning, and then going right into my office and getting right to work. What's also a challenge working remotely is maintaining that in-presence connection with your peers. So I highly encourage you. There's a lot of different tooling and software out there in my company. Since we are a tech company, we use Slack and we also use Zoom for our video conference calls. So when we do have these calls, we all take the opportunity to hop on video so that we can truly engage and be present with the team and whatever call that we're on. And it really helps, and it helps you engage and really continue to feel that even though you're working from home, you feel as though these people are working right next to you. And that really, really, really helps. What also helps is sometimes you might need to go to a co-working space. WeWork is very, very popular. They're having co-working spaces in a lot of major cities where you can rent office space that, they're designated desks. You can have a designated office within a given an office. I personally do not subscribe to WeWork, and I do not have a WeWork office, but I know many of my coworkers and peers do, and it's a very, very popular and thing that's happening right now. So definitely check out WeWork if you're interested in that. One of the things that's not talked about enough when working remotely is taking breaks. Literally, it's just as simple as that, but you definitely want to make sure you take time to, get up from your desk, get up from the couch, get up from the bed, walk outside, actually eat lunch, take your lunch break. It definitely is something that if you're at an office and, you have somebody that's been, next to you that sees you haven't worked or I'm sorry, sees you haven't ate all day or anything like that, you'll have your supervisor come up to you and remind you that, hey, go to break now, or take your lunch, take your 15, take your hour. When you're at home, sometimes you get heads down and you just want to finish your problem, and I understand that, but it's definitely, definitely important to take breaks. I cannot emphasize this enough. You definitely don't want to take too many breaks. You don't want to be not productive. You don't want to just be, sitting at home doing nothing, but, there's definitely times where you need to get up, walk away from an hour. Don't feel bad if you don't get that email, if you don't respond right away. Don't feel bad if you miss that instant message from your coworker, or you might have that really urgent thing pending. Definitely take breaks. But working remotely has really changed my life. It's allowed me the freedom to take a step back, wake up, prioritize my day, set my schedule. Really, that has been the golden ticket to allowing me to go to school full time and also work full time, and maintain a social life, family life, romantic relationship life. Everything is sort of centered around my ability of working remotely and having that experience. If you currently do not work remotely, I highly suggest you to read or listen to on Audible, the 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. He lists some really explicit examples and straight off templates and a guideline that will help you to, you know, pitch that remote work opportunity to your supervisor and to your boss. And, you know, it definitely will require you to take some legwork and actually prove that it will be a better situation for you. But it is definitely well worth the effort. It's definitely well worth the experience. And have you had that experience, you will never want to go back to working in office, I assure you. So with that, guys, I just wanted to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. If you like this, hit the thumbs up. You know what to do, and be happy to subscribe. And see you soon.